If you're a lawyer and you struggle to switch off, it's probably not because you're not organized. In this video, I'm going to explain why. We're often told in the legal profession that we should be more organized, we should learn to switch off, we should set clearer boundaries. But in reality, if that was that straightforward, we would already have found a solution. When you're dealing with client demands, tight deadlines, complex matters, and ongoing responsibilities, switching off is not a simple matter of drive and discipline. I'm Sarah Jane Taster, French family lawyer, family mediator, and lawyer supervisor. Today, I want to explore something very practical. Why work-life balance is particularly difficult in legal practice, and how supervision can support you without guilt and without simplistic solutions. So why is it so difficult to switch off? What I see in many lawyers is not a lack of discipline, it's quite the opposite. They are committed, conscientious, highly responsible, but the difficulty lies in the nature of the profession itself. Legal practice is not only time intensive, but it's mentally and emotionally demanding, because the work doesn't stop when you close your laptop. It continues on your commute, in the evening, at weekends, on holiday. And it's not just about being organized, it's about cognitive and emotional load. And setting boundaries is not simply about saying no. It often involves concerns about disappointing clients, a concern about professional credibility, concern about not meeting expectations, or that internal pressure. If I step back, something's going to be missed. That's why many lawyers know what they should do, but still find it difficult to do it. And this is precisely where supervision becomes valuable. So what does supervision change? Supervision doesn't tell you what to do. It helps you understand how you are operating within your practice and why. And that creates a shift, because as long as certain patterns remain unexamined, they continue to shape how you work. In supervision, we explore your relationship to responsibility, your expectations, yours and others, how you want always to be perfect, difficulty setting limits, and a tendency to carry everything yourself. For example, a solicitor might always want to answer his clients immediately, not because it's always necessary, but because delay feels uncomfortable. Or you might find yourself thinking about matters in the evening, not because you're working, but because you haven't been able to put the responsibility down. When these patterns are brought into awareness, something begins to shift. There's more space and more choice. You can begin to adjust your availability, your priorities, how you communicate, where your boundaries sit, not rigidly, but more appropriately. And importantly, without confusing commitment with overextension. So work-life balance is not just about time. We often think balance is about time management, few hours, better structure, but in practice, you can leave the office and still be fully occupied by work. Most solicitors will recognize this. Replaying conversations, anticipating next steps, turning matters over and over in your mind. The real issue is not only how much you work, it is also how much space work occupies you mentally. And this is where supervision is particularly effective. It helps you reduce mental rumination, step out of your constant alert mode, and be more present outside of work. This is not about switching off artificially, it's about creating professional decompression. So what difference does it make? In practice, for lawyers, it gives greater clarity, reduced ongoing fatigue, less internal pressure, and a more sustainable way of working, and often a sense of breathing space that you return to. For firms, it means improved retention, more stable teams, reduced burnouts, more consistent performance over time, but ultimately, a lawyer can continue performing under pressure, but not indefinitely. Seeking balance is not a weakness. It's not a lack of ambition, lack of resilience. It is recognizing that to practice well and to sustain a career in law, a sustainable framework is essential. And supervision supports that, not superficially, but at a deeper level. I work with solicitors and firms on these issues through individual supervision. If this resonates with you, you will find further details under the video. And if you found this helpful, please consider sharing with a colleague or your firm. Thank you.